Hi guys, it's Heidi again, and it is day 52 of my kidney healing transformation, day 59 of the rice diet that I started, and I wanted to just give you guys an update. I did get my blood work results back for this last month, and the only thing that was borderline unhealthy was my potassium levels were a little bit elevated, but they were still within range, so I don't really consider that a loss at all. My phosphorus levels were dramatically lower, and so they took me off of one medication completely and lowered the other phosphorus binder medication that I normally take. And I also was a little high on my calcium levels, but that was due to overdosing on the medication that I was prescribed. So they lowered that medication by like 80%. So that's awesome. And my blood count was above normal. My iron stores was above normal. My protein was above normal. My PTH was even lower than it was before. It went from over 1700 to 400 and something, and now it's at 190. So I don't really have to watch out for my PTH anymore, which is awesome. And I also I just completed my first ever 7-day fast. I'm actually going to break that fast in about an hour to have some rice. And I have been fasting with liquids this week. What I have done is I've had herbal teas, I've had fresh squeezed juices. When I've been out and about, I've had a couple of bottled juices, which I don't recommend, but I didn't have another alternative, and I needed something to kind of give me a little bit of a pick-me-up. And I have been making myself smoothies at home out of just fresh squeezed juice and frozen fruit. I have also actually been doing some vegetable soup this week because my husband was wanting some soup and I was wanting some soup. So I went ahead and I made homemade vegetable soup, which was amazing. And I am going to go ahead and do rice and fruit now. I'm not going to do any vegetables for a little while. And I think what I actually would really like to do once I eat through the rice that I've bought is to eliminate the grain aspect and just go ahead and work on just fresh fruit for a little while, and then possibly add some raw vegetables in at a later time. I've been doing a lot of research on raw food diets and how they are completely and totally healing to your body. Whereas even though I feel good when I'm eating rice and fruit, I still am having that rice factor, which causes a buildup of mucus in not only my esophagus, my intestinal lining, but it also feels like it's weighing me down. My sinuses get a little funky. So as you can kind of hear, I'm experiencing some drainage and stuff. It could be from the soup, but chances are that the rice has really kind of messed with me a little bit as far as building mucus goes. So I'm in this on a journey, and so I don't have all the answers, but I am experimenting for myself and I am looking for the right answers. So, you have to do what feels right for you. You have to do what works for you. And for me, eating meat and dairy and grains was not working for me. So I started to taper off. I eliminated meat and dairy at the beginning of the year. Then I eliminated everything but fruit and rice And that was in February. And now it is April, and I am trying to find a balance here because I added vegetables back into my diet, but reintroducing vegetables didn't make me feel really well. So I'm going to play around with it, and I'm going to see how I feel after I try to just have fruit for a little while. And then I will reintroduce some vegetables if I feel like that's something I want to do. And I'm going to try some raw whole foods, plant-based, vegan diet for a little while just to see if that makes a difference. And I have to watch out for the potassium thing because your kidneys are what's going to be processing your potassium in your body. So if I'm not able to metabolize the potassium, it just kind of sits there and can be dangerous, according to the doctor. I don't really know if it's dangerous because I haven't had any side effects or symptoms of high potassium or potassium poisoning or anything like that. But I really am on this journey for myself, and that's key really for anybody who's looking to heal their body. You have to be on this journey for you because no one else is going to push you to do it because it's not their life or death situation. No one else is going to have the correct answer for you because only you know what works for you. You have an internal mechanism inside of your heart, your mind, your soul, whatever you want to call it, that leads and guides you to make correct decisions for yourself and only for you, because you are the only person that you have control over. And it can lead you into health, or you can ignore it and you can lead yourself into detriment or disease or sickness. So I just encourage you guys to take the time and use your mental prowess to figure out what's best for you. Educate yourself, do research, and whatever feels light, whatever feels right for you, do that. See if it works. If you feel like after give it time. I'm not saying to try something for 3 days or something and then just call it quits because it doesn't work for you. Because your body is stifled and it needs to detoxify. So if you try it out, like I've been almost 2 months, I've been doing this rice diet cleanse mixed with fasting. And yes, I feel better. Yes, my blood work is better, but I know that there's more. And I know that there is an even better way to do this. So I am changing things up. I'm not going back to eating meat and dairy. I am going even further down the rabbit hole, and I am going to do raw fruits and vegetables to see how that affects my body. And I don't know how long I'll do that. I don't know how I'll feel, but that's all part of my journey. So I'm not going to regret this rice diet phase, and I'm not going to regret the vegan phase, and I'm not going to regret even when I was vegan and vegetarian for 10 years of my life in my 20s, I don't regret going back to eating meat because it's taught me so much about what my body doesn't want. As soon as I started eating meat again after 10 years of not having any meat, my kidneys failed. Okay? So, for a second time, my transplanted kidney failed after I started eating meat, literally months after I started eating meat again, after eating no meat at all for 10 years. And what does that tell you right there? That obviously meat is detrimental to my body. And you have to choose what's detrimental for your body. I'm not telling anyone to do exactly what I do, but this is what I'm doing. This is my journey. And you have to really go on your journey for yourself and find out what works for you. And I will definitely keep you guys updated. I really appreciate you watching. I appreciate you taking the time to comment on my videos, for sharing my videos with your friends and family, people who you think might benefit from this information. And I totally encourage and implore you to please do your research. Find a solution for yourself, because you are not me and I am not you. So take the time and effort to find out what your body needs, why it's not well or not working to the optimum level right now, and try different things. Try things for extended periods of time. And if it doesn't feel right to you, if it doesn't work for you, move on to the next thing. But don't go back to what you know in your heart and your mind and your intellect and everything. Don't go back to the things that you know are harming your body. Because knowledge is power, but knowledge comes with a great responsibility. And I believe it when people say ignorance is bliss, because the less you know about what is correct for you, the more you put blinders up about things that are bad for you or harmful to your body, the less you think about harming yourself. Because you can eat things blindly, you can drink things blindly, and not take a second consideration for what those things are doing inside of your body. So if you educate yourself, be willing and ready and able to take responsibility for whatever goes inside of your body, because you have nowhere to hide after that. You have to either choose life or choose death, and you know that you are choosing life when you're eating fresh fruits and vegetables that come from the earth, that are literally designed for our bodies to process effortlessly and easily, to gain nutrient value and absorption of minerals and vitamins into your body, into your bloodstream. So I just encourage you guys, please take it upon yourself to find out what works for you and do it. Apply it into your everyday life, because no one else is going to put a gun to your head and make you do it. You have to want to do it for yourself, and you have to actually take action for yourself to do those things that you know are right. So thanks for joining me on my journey, and I will totally keep you guys updated the next time I have something interesting to share. And I hope that you guys are well and getting better every day. Thanks.